Hey, it's Mark Lanier with your video thought for the day. Do you know what these are? They're something I don't use as often as I should. No, these are my running shoes. And they've got a few miles on them. I use them some. I was thinking about it because I was talking to one of our children today who is signed up to run a marathon in about, I think, a little less than 2 weeks, maybe just 2 weeks from today. And I was talking to her and I said, so are you ready? Are you getting those miles under your feet? Have you been getting your runs in? She said, Dad, I've been so busy with school. I have not run in 3 weeks. And I said, well, how are you going to run 26 miles? And she says, well, instead of running, I've just been saving up all of these songs that I'm going to be really excited to listen to. There's a whole bunch of new music out that I want to hear. And so I'm just going to think of it not as running time, but as listening to music time. Yeah, I want to go watch the way this one goes down. But it does give me my video thought for the day. There is a word that we find over and over in the Bible, and it's the word pursue. It means to run after, to chase after. And it made me think, what do I run for? What do I run after? In a metaphorical sense, if you will, biblically. So I thought I'd throw out 3 things you might want to chase after today as part of your video thought for the day, if you're ready to lace up your shoes and get after it. The first one comes from Isaiah 51. Now in Isaiah 51, the prophet writes, listen to me, you who pursue or run after righteousness. And then he explains what he means by that as people who seek the Lord. Tzedek, that Hebrew word for righteousness, means it's got a full meaning, but the idea is one that draws its definition from seeking God, the truly righteous one. And so the prophet Isaiah says, listen to me, you who pursue righteousness, you who seek the Lord, look to the rock from which you were hewn. Look to the quarry from which you were dug. In other words, go back to your roots. And then he talks about Abraham and he talks about Sarah and their obedience to God. And even though Abraham was just one person, out of him, God made a nation, because this is the God we've got. We've got a God who can take a little and make a lot. We've got a God of comfort who comforts Zion, the prophet continues to say. So let's pursue righteousness and watch how God works in our lives. Now, the second one comes from Psalm 34:14. Psalm 34:14 uses the same word. It says, turn away from evil and do good, seek peace and pursue it. Shalom, that peace, that completeness, that fullness in the Hebrew idea. We should not be seeking turmoil and trouble. We should be seeking peace in this life. Jesus would say, blessed are the peacemakers. They'll be called sons of God. The idea being that that's something worthy of chasing after. So let's chase after righteousness. Let's chase after peace. And then I'm going to end this with what Paul said in 1 Corinthians chapter 14, where he said, pursue love. If we will do that today, if we'll lace up our shoes and we'll give it a run, and we'll say, today I'm going to run after righteousness, seeking God. I'm going to run after peace, and I'm going to run after love. We'll be ready for the marathon of life, and we'll walk in the blessings of God. It's your video thought for the day. Come back tomorrow, and we'll talk again.